Today I am going to announce the Fit2Box National Champions, and that is where the gloves are made. So it's not where the brands are based, it is where they get their gloves made. And so I've got a plethora of belts, national title belts, that I am going to award today in recognition of the best gloves made in the particular countries. Hello and welcome to Fit2Box channel. I'm Simon, former amateur boxer, current amateur boxing coach, and I love boxing equipment. And here on Fit2Box channel, I highlight to you my views on all the best and the worst boxing equipment that is out there. Today I am introducing the Fit2Box National Champions. Now, a lot of companies, you'll have them whereby they might be based in the UK, but they have their gloves made in Pakistan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to today be announcing the Made in Champions. So I'll be announcing what I consider to be the best gloves that are made in Pakistan, in Britain, in Italy and Mexico and all of the other countries that are predominantly making the boxing gloves. So I'm going to crack on with the first ones, and that is going to be one that I announced in my last video, and that is Boxeo TM, the Mexican champion. So in my opinion, those are the best Mexican made gloves that I have used. Okay, so out of all of the gloves that are made in Mexico, I will say that my champion is Boxeo TM. They are actually a Mexican company, but they make their gear in Mexico. So it's that made in Mexico that gives them the Fit2Box Mexican champion title. And let's move on to the British title. The British title, there is not many companies that actually make their gloves in Britain. A lot of British companies will have their gloves made in Pakistan or China or other countries. And so a British champion for me is obviously one that is made in Britain. And made in Britain, it has to be the Fly Super Lace. Let's go on to the Italian champion. Now, the Italian champion, there has been more and more gloves that are made in Italy in the last sort of year and a half. But for me, there is only one Italian champion, and that is Dinardo. Then we come on to the Japanese champion. Again, this is an easy decision. Winning is my Japanese champion. Those gloves made in Japan, and obviously it's a Japanese company as well, but Winning is the Japanese Fit2Box champion. Then we come on to Thailand. Again, there's quite a few companies that do have their gear made in Thailand, and all of this is based on my price divisions that are on my website, fit2boxchannel.com, and my ratings cards. So the highest rated card that is made in, which the gloves are made in Thailand, is the Venom Linares. Absolutely great gloves, really love them, and they are my Thailand champion. Then we come on to the French champion. Again, not many companies actually making their gloves in France. Lots of companies in France that sort of go and have Pakistan made gloves or Thailand gloves like with Venom. But my French champion is Rokic, and they are the French national Fit2Box champions. And then we come on to the USA champion. Again, not many companies have their gloves actually made. It's a handful of companies actually making their gloves in the USA. And for the USA champion, my current Fit2Box USA champion is going to be 1v1. Excellent company, love what they're doing, and they're improving all the time. And then we come on, I've mentioned the Mexican champion, then we come on to the Chinese champion. China, of course, is sort of a great place for brands to get synthetic leather gloves made. And I think that the best out of those synthetic leather that come from China, actually made in China, are the Fly X-Line Super Lace. So the Chinese champion is Fly X-Line. And then we come on to the biggie, which is Pakistan. Now, a lot of people don't realise that a tremendous amount of gloves are made in Pakistan. The vast majority of gloves in the world are made in Pakistan, in a place called Sialkot or Sialkot. I will have pronounced that incorrectly, I know, but that place is like the epicenter of sort of boxing gloves. And so when you see fakes coming out, they most probably have been made in Pakistan. When you see some great gloves that are out there like Phenom and Adidas, you've got some really top gloves that come out of Pakistan as well. So you get some great gloves and you get some really rubbish gloves that come from Pakistan. But of course, I am concentrated on the best Pakistan made gloves, and in my sort of lists, the highest rated glove that is made in Pakistan is the Adidas Adispeed. So Adidas Adispeed are my Pakistan champion title holders. So as you can see, gloves now more and more are being made all over the world, and I think it's fantastic. We are now really starting to see lots of other countries that are coming forward and producing boxing gloves, and I think that that is brilliant. Of course, the main epicenter is going to be your Pakistan, followed closely by, I would say, China, but we have got some fantastic glove makers around the world, and I just wanted to acknowledge the best gloves from each country that I have sort of used and I have rated. And so if you sort of have a look at my website, you'll see how I rate the gloves. You'll also see the little flags on the Fit2Box ratings cards. You'll have one over the far left, which is where the brand is. So it might be a UK, a British brand. And then the next flag that's across from me is where the gloves are made. So that could be like Fly, could be British, or it could be again, like Fly, it could be a Chinese flag for their X-Line synthetics. And a lot of companies have got a different brand flag that is for where they are based to obviously where they are making their gloves. And as I say, you would not believe the amount of gloves that are made in Pakistan. And some people say, oh, well, if they're from Pakistan, they're going to be no good. And that is absolutely not true. There is some fantastic gloves that are being made in Pakistan. I obviously acknowledge that there's some rubbish gloves that are made over there, as there are in other places too. But I just wanted to bring you that. I've now got my title holders, the national champions, so you can see from all the gloves that I have reviewed that are made in those particular countries, which ones I consider to be the best. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit2Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.